Welcome to Vanguard Football, your ultimate destination for the most gripping, untold stories from the world of football. From legendary triumphs to shocking scandals, we bring you the stories that define the beautiful game. Adam Johnson, a former England international, was sentenced to 6 years in prison in 2016 for grooming and engaging in sexual activity with a 15-year-old girl. His career at Sunderland ended abruptly, and he served 3 years before being released in 2019. The case sparked widespread outrage, highlighting the abuse of power by celebrities. Bruno Fernandes, a Brazilian goalkeeper, was sentenced to 22 years in prison for the kidnapping, torture, and murder of his ex-girlfriend, Elisa Samudio, in 2010. The case shocked Brazil, as Bruno was a rising star at Flamengo. He was released in 2019 under a semi-open regime, allowing him to train during the day. Ronaldinho, one of football's greatest talents, was imprisoned in Paraguay in 2020 for using a fake passport. Alongside his brother, he spent 5 months in jail before being released under house arrest. The incident tarnished his legacy, as fans struggled to reconcile his joyful image with the legal troubles. Tony Adams, an Arsenal legend, served 4 months in prison in 1990 for drunk driving after crashing his car while heavily intoxicated. His battle with alcoholism was well documented, and his time in prison marked a turning point in his life. Adams later founded the Sporting Chance Clinic to help athletes struggling with addiction. Ohi Barton, known for his fiery temper, has served multiple prison sentences for violent offenses, including assault and affray. In 2008, he was jailed for 77 days after attacking a pedestrian in Liverpool. Barton's career has been marred by disciplinary issues, both on and off the pitch. Despite his talent, his behavior often overshadowed his achievements. Lee Hughes was sentenced to 6 years in prison in 2004 for causing death by dangerous driving and fleeing the scene of an accident. The former West Bromwich Albion striker's actions resulted in the death of a father of 4. Hughes served 3 years before being released and attempting to revive his career. His case sparked debates about accountability and second chances in professional sports. Marlon King, a Jamaican international, has served multiple prison sentences for offenses including sexual assault, theft, and dangerous driving. In 2009, he was jailed for 18 months for groping a woman and breaking her nose. King's career was marked by controversy, with clubs often hesitant to sign him due to his legal troubles. Rene Higuita, famous for his scorpion kick, was imprisoned in 1993 for his involvement in a kidnapping linked to drug lord Pablo Escobar. The Colombian goalkeeper acted as a mediator, delivering ransom money, which led to his arrest. Higuita served 7 months in prison, and the incident remains a controversial part of his career. His case underscores the intersection of football and crime in Colombia during the 1990s. Duncan Ferguson, a Scottish striker, served 3 months in prison in 1994 for headbutting an opponent during a match. Known for his aggressive style, Ferguson's career was marked by multiple assault charges. His time in prison was a low point, but he later found success as a coach. Ferguson's story reflects the challenges of managing anger in high-pressure environments. Ian Wright, an Arsenal legend, spent 2 weeks in prison in 1982 for failing to pay car insurance and taxes. The experience was a wake-up call, motivating him to pursue a successful football career. Wright has often spoken about how prison changed his perspective on life. His story is one of resilience and transformation, showing how adversity can lead to personal growth. George Best, one of Manchester United's greatest players, served 3 months in prison in 1984 for drunk driving, assaulting a police officer, and failing to answer bail. His struggles with alcoholism were well documented, and his legal troubles marred his later years. Best's story is a tragic reminder of the pressures of fame and the consequences of addiction. Jan Molby, a Liverpool midfielder, was imprisoned for 3 months in 1988 for drunk driving. His absence impacted Liverpool's season, but the club stood by him. Molby's case highlights the challenges of balancing professional responsibilities with personal conduct. After his release, he returned to the pitch and helped Liverpool win the league. His story is one of redemption and second chances. Peter Storey, an Arsenal defender, was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 1980 for financing a gold coin forgery scheme. A decade later, he served another 28 days for attempting to import pornographic videos. Storey's post-football life was marked by legal troubles, contrasting sharply with his successful playing career. Mickey Thomas, a Welsh winger, was sentenced to 18 months in prison in 1993 for counterfeiting and money laundering. His involvement in a criminal organization tarnished his reputation, despite his contributions to football. Thomas's case highlights the dangers of financial mismanagement and illegal activities. After his release, he struggled to rebuild his career. Nazar Trabelsi, a Tunisian footballer, was sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2003 for plotting a terrorist attack on a U.S. military base. His brief career in Germany was overshadowed by his involvement with Al-Qaeda. Trabelsi's case is one of the most shocking in football history, linking the sport to global terrorism. His story serves as a stark reminder of the darker side of human behavior. Chet Evans, a Welsh striker, was convicted of rape in 2012 and sentenced to 5 years in prison. After serving half his sentence, he was acquitted in a retrial in 2016. The case sparked widespread debate about justice and rehabilitation. Evans' return to football was met with mixed reactions. Benjamin Mendy, a French defender, was acquitted of multiple sexual assault charges in 2023 after spending over a year in prison. The case drew significant media attention, raising questions about the treatment of celebrities in legal proceedings. Mendy's career was derailed, but he has since returned to football. Mason Greenwood, a Manchester United forward, was arrested in 2022 on suspicion of rape and assault. The charges were dropped in 2023, but the case sparked widespread debate about accountability in football. Greenwood's career was put on hold, and his future remains uncertain. The case highlights the challenges of navigating legal and public scrutiny as a young athlete. Patrick Kluivert, a Dutch legend, was involved in a fatal car accident in 1995 that killed a pedestrian. He was sentenced to community service instead of prison, sparking debates about celebrity privilege. Kluivert's case highlights the ethical dilemmas surrounding legal accountability. Despite the incident, he went on to have a successful career. Dani Alves, one of football's most decorated players, was convicted of sexual assault in 2024 and sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. The case shocked the football world, tarnishing his legacy. Alves' fall from grace highlights the importance of accountability, regardless of one's status. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unethical behavior. These stories remind us that fame and talent don't exempt anyone from the consequences of their actions. From shocking crimes to heartbreaking falls from grace, these footballers' lives serve as powerful lessons about accountability, redemption, and the complexities of human behavior. Soccer ball balance scale.